The city was still asleep. Dawn's light was only beginning to stretch across the sky, gently painting the rooftops and narrow streets with a soft golden hue. In the stillness of that early hour, it felt as though something tender, something hopeful lingered in the air. That hope lived inside Sem. While the world was tucked beneath its blanket of sleep, Sem was already awake, just as he always was. He reached for his worn coat, pulled it over his shoulders, and quietly stepped outside. Sem was a cobbler, a humble shoe repairman. He lived with his wife in a small creaky house on the outskirts of the city. Every day, rain or shine, he made his way to the corner beneath the bridge where his old wooden bench and little table stood, waiting for him. His bag, filled with tools, hung over his shoulder as he walked his familiar path that morning. The streets were still empty. The cold wind kissed his cheeks and slipped into the cracks of his coat. Sem pulled the collar up and kept his head down as he walked. House windows remained dark. The whole city seemed to be asleep, wrapped in silence. But then, a sound. It was faint, a sharp, broken cry, thin and trembling. Sem stopped. He listened again. The sound repeated, something desperate. He followed it. And there, near the edge of the sidewalk, sat an old, torn cardboard box. Inside, curled up and shivering, was a tiny kitten. Her fur was soaked. Her body trembled violently. The cardboard beneath her was damp and sagging from the rain. Her eyes, large, glistening, looked straight into Sem's heart. Fear, loneliness, a silent plea for warmth. Passers-by walked right past her, not noticing or choosing not to. But not Sem. He knelt down slowly. "Who left you here, little one?" he whispered gently. "You're freezing, aren't you?" The kitten gave a soft, tired meow and leaned into his hand. Without hesitation, Sem wrapped her in his coat and pressed her close to his chest. She stopped shaking. Her breathing calmed to match the rhythm of his heartbeat. Sem turned back. Work could wait. When he arrived home, his wife looked at the tiny creature in his arms. "She's beautiful," she said, her voice soft. They wrapped the kitten in a warm blanket and poured some milk into a bowl. She drank greedily, then fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. Her tiny chest rose and fell slowly. She was safe now. "What shall we name her?" his wife asked. Sem paused. "Luna," he said. "She's small, but she shines." From that day on, Luna became part of their family. She would sit on the windowsill and wait for Sem to return from work. Her purring filled the once quiet home with joy. Weeks passed. Luna grew stronger, more playful. Their home felt brighter. Then, one chilly evening, as Sem walked back from work, he heard another sound, softer, but familiar. A low whimpering from just beyond the fence. He approached and pushed aside the tall grass. There, soaked and cold, sat a tiny puppy. His fur was damp, his teeth chattering. His eyes were tired, but deep inside them burned a quiet hope. "You too?" Sem whispered. "Left behind just like Luna?" The puppy didn't move. He just stared up at Sem, trusting him instantly. Sem scooped him into his arms. The puppy rested his head against Sem's hand. At home, Sem's wife didn't question it. "I guess we're four now," she said with a warm smile. They dried him, fed him, and made a bed beside Luna's. She was unsure at first, hissing and watching closely. But within days they were playing together, curling up in the same blanket. "And his name?" his wife asked one evening. Sem thought for a moment. "Buddy," he smiled. "He's already our friend." That night, the four of them, Sem, his wife Luna, and Buddy sat around their tiny table, sipping warm tea while rain danced against the window. The air inside was full of peace. Every living soul in that home felt safe. Sem looked around. He had no wealth, no fortune. His job was hard, and his hands were always tired. But his heart was full. One evening, over tea, his wife said, "We're never alone, are we? These little ones, they chose us." Sem nodded. "And now it's our turn to protect their hearts." That night, lying in bed, Sem couldn't sleep. Buddy was curled up at his feet, Luna watching the raindrops from the windowsill. His wife rested quietly beside him. Memories came rushing back, nights filled with hunger, days with silence, a past full of empty pockets and aching loneliness. But now, everything was different. This wasn't just a home. It was a beginning. Sem dreamed of a future, a shop of his own, a shelter for animals, free shoes for children in need. His dreams were big, but they were born here, in the smallest corner of the city, inside a home built on kindness. This was the Heart of Sem. Touched by this story? Like, subscribe and stay for the next chapter. Sem's journey has just begun.